Fit to Love is physical, emotional, and spiritual fitness to achieve the happy life you deserve. From exercise to cooking, relationships, and spirituality, you'll find all the inspiration you need right here with our host, JJ Flizanes.
Welcome to Fit to Love, Movement Mondays, all about exercise, all about movement, all about you. If you have an exercise you'd like us to address on a future show, please make sure to send us an email, info@invisiblefitness.com. Enjoy the show. Today's show, 5 exercises to rehab an ankle sprain. So I've done this video before for about.com, and I need to make some disclaimers because what I learned the first time is I went right into the exercises and didn't really tell you how and when to do these. First of all, if you have a very new, fresh ankle sprain and you have inflammation, don't exercise. Make sure you rest first. We want the inflammation to go down before we start moving it because those white blood cells are trying to repair some of that torn and agitated tissue, and moving it's only going to keep that inflammation around longer. So we want the inflammation to go down. Now, if you have an injury and you've already checked out with a doctor and you don't have anything broken or anything that needs some kind of surgical repair, some other ways that you can help with the ankle sprain right away is acupuncture, omega-3s, have plenty of water. You can take out inflammatory foods out of your diet to speed up the healing. And you can also take baths and make sure that you ice that area so that we start to bring the inflammation down. You can even use some homeopathy. You can check out, we did a show, the 10 essential homeopathic remedies for your medicine cabinet on the show on a Wellness Wednesday, so go back and listen to that. And there's all different kinds of remedies that you can use to help you feel better with your injury. Okay, now on to the exercises. The first 4 exercises are range of motion exercises, which means we're going to use all that we've talked about on the show already. The mind-body connection, mindfulness, all muscles pull, no muscle pushes, and we're going to use that principle in order to honor your current range of motion, which means let's say that you know that you've been injured and now you're recovering and you're going to have less range of motion. The point is to stimulate blood flow, brain connection to the muscle, and get it moving. In time, it's going to increase. So do not push past what you're comfortable with. Just honor your current range of motion, and as you keep doing these, it's going to get better. So the first exercise we're going to do is called dorsiflexion. Dorsiflexion is basically flexing the ankle. And I'm going to recommend that you start doing this without shoes on. And the reason is so that you can really truly see your muscles and you can really truly see how that you're moving your foot. Sometimes a shoe can hide what's really going on. You might slightly rotate the foot a little bit when you're in the shoe. So I want to make sure that your foot stays at a perfect still angle while your ankle muscles dorsiflex the foot up towards you. And what's happening is that your tibialis muscle is going to be activated, all your flexors that connect the ankle to your shin, and all the rotators around there are going to be working. And I would do these seated just because, again, we want to make sure you are concentrating and focused on this exact exercise first and just honoring how far can you pull this? How far can you pull this without pain? And I'm going to say start out with 10 to 15 or 20 and see how you feel. So this is dorsiflexion. The second exercise is going to be plantar flexion, which is pointing your toe. So you're going to lift your leg off the ground a little bit, and we're going to point the toe. And again, making sure that you're really paying attention to not turning the foot anyway. It's going to stay straight, and all we're doing is your calf in the back is pulling the toes down. So again, remember, no muscle pushes, everything pulls. So the underneath is pulling on the backside in order to pull you into this position. So we're going to do plantar flexion next. That's number 2. And again, only honor what range of motion you're comfortable with. Don't push it past a place of pain or discomfort. So the next 2 exercises are going to be eversion and inversion. And it's not as important to know exactly which one is which as much as it is to know how to do them and how to do them properly and why you want to do them. You want to do them because we don't really work our rotators in our ankles very much unless we're falling, unless something bad is happening, and these are where the injuries are created. So activating that range of motion by stimulating those muscles will help you to have a greater ankle stability, and it will help to reconnect those muscles again. So it's going to get some blood flow going and reconnect connect those muscles. So first we're gonna do eversion, which is pushing, basically the foot's going out. The inside of the foot's pressing down and out, and you're not gonna have a very large range of motion. And again, I wanna make sure there's no rotation happening. You're not doing any of this. We're literally taking the inside of the foot and out. Or you can think of pulling from here and pulling from the foot so that you're kind of, the foot's going away from you. Okay, this is eversion. Next, we're gonna do inversion, which is pulling in. So taking the bottom of the foot and pulling up and in towards you. And again, making sure we're not rotating, and we're really just honoring as far as we can pull with no pain or discomfort. And for both eversion and inversion on each foot, I'm gonna recommend that you start with 10 to 15 reps slowly and see how you feel. The fifth and last exercise that I'm going to recommend that you do after activating your muscles in a mindful, mind-body connection kind of way, with doing the range of motion exercises for your ankle, is going to do a one weight-bearing exercise, which is a tree. Now, we've done this in past shows, but I'm going to do it again for this very specific reason of once you've activated everything in the ankle, now we're going to see how well you do with balancing and standing on it and learning to have pressure on the ankle again. So you're going to start with your feet hip-width apart. You're going to transfer your body weight to one side, and you're going to lift your foot off the ground and stick it right next to your ankle. And you're going to hold this. This is called a tree. The tree will isometrically activate all the muscles in your feet, all the muscles in your ankle, all the muscles in your hip, and even the whole leg, because it is holding you up. Now, I would recommend you start this exercise with if you've had an ankle sprain or injury, that you do it without shoes on, because we want to rehab and activate as many muscles in your feet as we can. And when you do it in a shoe, the shoe provides the stability. And I want to turn on all those muscles and get them working so they can help rebuild the strength in your ankle. So you're going to hold this for 30 to 60 seconds, rest, switch sides, and then try it again. If you feel no pain, add this to the repertoire. If you do feel pain, then just do the range of motion exercises and then wait to add this back in when you're feeling stronger.
The Fit to Love podcast show offers you 6 days a week of helpful content to achieve the happy life you deserve. Movement Mondays and Tasty Tuesdays are weekly video casts, while Wellness Wednesdays, Thoughtful Thursdays, Freedom Fridays, and Sexy Saturdays are audio-only shows themed every week to address your holistic life and needs. If the show inspired you, we would love for you to share it and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us today. Head on over to fittolove.tv for recaps of every show, resources, and to join the community. That's FIT, the number 2, LOVE.tv. Have a fit and fabulous day.